Although we can explore the working of our simulation using TK environment, the object inspector, and the event logs and the sequence charts, but we are also interested in exactly knowing on the visualization screen what is the total number of packets sent and received at each tick node. Here we are going to look at that in more detail. This is going to facilitate the understanding of the protocols. If, say, you are designing a protocol that has to send a certain number of packets without a packet loss, you might as well like to consider implementing such feature. In this module, we are going to implement a mechanism thereby which we shall determine the number of packets which are sent and received at each node. For that, the code is available online on TikTok 14, TXE14, and the message file. Going on to the C++ file, we see that if we are interested in finding out the number of packets sent and received, we have to declare them. So these are declared as long data type. In the lower part of the code, when we call the initialize method, these number of packets sent and received are initialized to be equal to 0. And then the watched method keeps track of the current value of the sent and received packets. When transmission starts between various tick nodes, on every receiving node, the handle message method is called, and this handle message method calls a function that is the environment variable dot is graphical user interface. This is a function which is implemented in Omnet++ to display the content onto the screen. And it also uses the update display function. The update display function displays the strings onto the screen at the node location. Here we see that the update display function is actually based on getDisplayString, which is quite similar to the bubble method that we saw earlier, but it is actually without the bubble, which is more like the tooltip text. And the arguments are actually taken from whatever is taken from the string. Now, we can look at the number of packets sent and received in the object inspector in TK environment. And for that, we see that the number of packets which are sent from all of these nodes are essentially the same. And why is that? It is because we are using a uniform distribution. Had we used another distribution, the number of packets sent across and at each node would have varied differently. And this is finally what we see in the TK environment, that the number of packets sent and received at each respective node are shown.